Welcome everyone, I am Dame, and today we're doing something different. This is my theory on how I think Leon and Oswald E. Spencer are going to be in Resident Evil Requiem. So we'll be focusing on two major points: Leon Kennedy's possible return, obviously, and Oswald E. Spencer's potential involvement. Now, this will be based on demo footage, trailer imagery, and a variety of leaks and rumors. We'll explore how these two could be connected in the upcoming game. But not all of this is fact-based. It's kind of based on, like I said, some leaks and rumors and some connections you could make if you think a little bit too hard while taking a shit. Now, even though Capcom hasn't officially confirmed Leon's presence yet, the clues that I found are stacking up in ways that suggest I think he could have a major role, and Spencer, the original Umbrella mastermind, may finally step into the spotlight once more. So let's go with the demo and trailer evidence first of all. Capcom has said they only have shown very early footage of Requiem. The demo most likely only covers the first few chapters, and I think they've said that the demo covers very early on in the game. But there are some key details I found. The end of the demo, we see Grace actually be captured by the Hag, which I think is Alyssa. This sets up what I think could be Leon rescuing her, like Resident Evil 4. And inside the demo, a note can be found which is addressed to the White House Chief of Staff. Well, a lot of parts of it are redacted. It mentions top secret stuff and protecting the truth for the sake of E, which ties directly to Leon's established role in government operations, suggests a federal interest in the events unfolding in Raccoon City. Here's the full note. To White House Chief of Staff, redacted from redacted, security clearance level 9 top secret. There has redacted in Raccoon City. If redacted is leaked, redacted for the sake of E, the truth, redacted duty, redacted protocol. The trailer also visually confirms that Raccoon City is partially destroyed, not absolutely vaporized from the nuke. This is very important because it allows for surviving key areas to be connected to Spencer's whole return, which I'll get to soon. Now, here are the leaks and rumors about my King Leon. There are several strong hints suggesting Leon may be returning. First, Capcom has confirmed a returning character. Chris Redfield has been ruled out, narrowing the possibilities and making Leon a prime candidate. There are several strong hints suggesting Leon may be returning. First, Capcom has confirmed a returning character. Chris Redfield has officially been ruled out. They said he's on a mission somewhere, which narrows the possibilities and makes Leon a prime candidate. Leaked images of Leon show him with an eye patch, suggesting that he's older and he's experienced some shit, which is, again, unconfirmed leak, and it could be fake. But now we're gonna get to some really good stuff. Journalists at Gamescom have reportedly had private footage of Requiem, which aligns with a casual comment made in an interview, which we believe is a slip-up. And here's a clip.
Can we also get a shout out? Next time you're looking at some Resident Evil Requiem footage, the hair, RE Engine goes so hard on hair.
Yes.
Leon's, Grace's, looking spectacular.
So she says right there, next time you're looking at Resident Evil Requiem footage, the hair, Leon's, Grace's, looking spectacular. The fact that Leon is mentioned alongside Grace suggests he could appear in the game. And they said Requiem, not just in general, not Resident Evil 4, but they said Requiem. Now, Capcom has also commented that Leon isn't great specifically for horror aspects in a game, but the game also promises intense heart-pounding action. Leon could pound the shit out of me, but this fits Leon's style hold on. The action fits Leon's style perfectly. And again, the demo shows Grace getting captured by the hag, setting the stage for Leon to, come save her. Like, Leon, help! That type of stuff. Now, let's get to the next part of his theory where I think Oswald E. Spencer could come in. Spencer, who is the founder of Umbrella, he's never been like an active villain in a way that Albert Wesker or Mother Miranda from Resident Evil Village has been. But his legacy has always, it drives the series, obviously, the whole Umbrella. He founded Umbrella, okay, he's important. And in Resident Evil 5, Albert Wesker just fucking stabs him and kills him.
The right to be a god. That right is now mine.
Right, stabbed him right in the chest, that's important. So in the Requiem trailer we see this old guy with what some say is a chest wound, which it looks almost similar to where Wesker could have stabbed him. Now, it also shows this umbrella symbol, which could indicate that they're back. And it shows mansion, which it could be the previous buildings we've seen, but at the same time, it could be connected to Spencer, which I believe could be the Arklay mansion, which we do know it kind of blew up at the end of Resident Evil 1, but at the same time, given that only part of Raccoon City is destroyed by the nuke, it is completely likely that the mansion could have survived blowing up in Resident Evil 1, and if the nuke could have reached it, it could have survived it, which would allow Spencer to use it for maybe going into, obviously, a destroyed Spencer mansion. Now, the next part of my theory is kind of everything tied together, and it's about Grace and the hag having some sort of connection with blood, because I still think hag is Alyssa Ashcroft. So, the trailer hints that Grace's role is her destiny, which I believe is tied to her bloodline, because Alyssa, who is Grace's mother, may have had some sort of something in her blood. She was a survivor of Raccoon City, so she could have most likely been infected at some point, or it could be linked to the mold of the Umbrella experiments, and Grace has inherited it, which, whilst I was thinking about this theory, I came across some small evidence to back this up. And in the demo, it shows Grace's blood being collected. My theory is that Spencer may have been trying to harvest Alyssa's blood to maybe heal himself of whatever he had infected himself to survive, and he needs a cure to it. And obviously he worked with Umbrella, so he could have some sort of virus that is linked to the Raccoon City viruses, which then Alyssa would have contracted, but she could be immune, so he needs her blood to cure or heal himself, but something went wrong, resulting in Alyssa transforming into the hag. Now, Grace is her daughter, which she may have inherited a more stable, more not going to make you transform blood, which would make her central to the story. This not only explains the hag's presence, but also gives narrative weight to Grace's involvement and a potential Leon involvement that he has to save her, because obviously her blood has this to Spencer once. That's why she gets captured. And in the Gamescom trailer, Alyssa tells Grace, "Grace, you are my hope."
Grace, please know that you are my hope. Never forget that. What are you talking about? Just, I love you.
Hear me out. Hear me out. This suggests Grace carries the unique immunity in her bloodline. Alyssa's blood may have held properties to cure Oswald E. Spencer, but they weren't stable enough, which makes her become the hag. But Grace has the stable blood, which would make her the only hope to cure Alyssa and cure Spencer, or maybe make Spencer stable as well, with his whatever he has, making him stably powerful. But that is why Alyssa would believe Grace is the only hope. Grace would be the only hope to cure Alyssa. Now, if Oswald E. Spencer uses Grace's immune blood, it could cure him of whatever disease he is battling. It could make him immortal, potentially. It could turn him into a false god, a being with control over life and death, and the monsters around him. Now, we've seen this before in throughout Resident Evil, with false gods Resident Evil. The idea of it appears often. In RE4, Sadler uses Las Plagas to control the Ganados and all the monsters, and tries to take over the world with it. In RE7, Evelyn, she turns the humans into her family, which she controls them molded. She controls the minds of the bakers through her mold. In RE8, you have Mother Miranda, who she ascends with the mold and becomes Mother Miranda, who's one of the most powerful characters we've seen for all of RE. She controls all the monsters, she controls the four lords. So each would represent humanity attempting the false godhood through these bioweapons. So it wouldn't be necessarily, a far-fetched to believe this is going to happen again. And Spencer's obsession with evolution and control fits this perfectly, and with Grace's blood, as possible, he could be trying to become a false god, continuing the series' theme, while tying directly into Requiem.
Isn't it? For one who has the right to be a god. To face his own mortality.
Now, let's connect Leon and Spencer, but before we start that, you might be wondering, why would Leon fight Spencer? Spencer's always technically been a villain for Chris's storyline, but here's the key. Leon has always been an agent who confronts the masterminds behind everything. Like, if Spencer survived in some form, via mold or experiments, he would still represent Umbrella's core evil, making him a valid antagonist for Leon to fight. And Leon's mission could involve ending Umbrella once and for all. I know they've ended before, but come on, just hear me out. And he would have to obviously protect Grace, confront Spencer in a massive, awesome fucking boss fight. With a partially destroyed city, a surviving mansion, and Grace's bloodline all create the perfect scenario that I believe Leon could tie the old and new eras of Resident Evil together. So, what does this all mean for Requiem? Well, the evidence, partially, a lot of it is under circumstance. It paints what I think could be a very possible storyline that Leon may return to rescue Grace and confront the lingering shadow, I believe, that is Umbrella and Spencer, who has long fought to be dead for since RE5 now, may appear in some form, perhaps with the mold, perhaps for something else, finally becoming an antagonist to actually fight, like Mother Miranda and Albert Wesker. With the demo notes, trailer visuals, these journalist hints, and my bloodline theory all combined, I think this actually could work, hopefully, but we'll have to wait for anything official. And I do think the clues may point to some story that would honor Resident Evil's past while introducing a fresh protagonist and giving Leon and Spencer a renewed, tied together purpose to make Resident Evil Requiem. So I hope you all enjoyed that video. Please consider subscribing. Please actually leave any theories you think that may be true, any theories of your own, in the comments. I hope you all enjoyed. Have a good day, and goodbye.